Oh, you are the Bharat Ki Awaaz. Okay.
That's correct. So, good morning. This is Sean Sankaran. Today, I am here with a very sad news. One of our own Indian kid who became a whistleblower on this very important technology world, artificial intelligence, challenging a company which he worked, OpenAI, on some of the grounds on ethics. So it may not be a very good morning, America. So I don't want to use this word good morning, America, good evening, India today. So because we are going to provide our deepest condolences and we are going to hear from the family of Suchir Balaji. The parents of Suchir Balaji have joined us, Balaji and Purnima. Before that, I'll let Sam Pitroda give a quick introduction because myself and Sam have multiple times spoke about artificial intelligence growing phenomenally well. And the only thing is that it is growing without much breaks like ethics and many things. In fact, when Rahul Gandhi came here to California, the very discussion what myself and Rahul had on is on the same topic, artificial intelligence ethics. And so I'll let Sam Pitroda give a quick introduction, and then we'll hear from Balaji and Purnima. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. I would like to begin with my heartfelt condolences to the parents, Purnima and Balaji, of Suchir Balaji. We are all touched by what happened, not knowing the details. We have been concerned and had several conversations with friends about Suchir, a young, bright Indian mind in California who worked on AI, was taken away from the family and all of us. It felt like injustice. He was young, had a lot of bright future ahead of him. He was hardworking, sincere, educated, and the only child of Purnima and Balaji. So we all can imagine how they feel. And I want to really specially thank them for the courage and generosity they have shown in coming to us and having a conversation about Suchir. There are lots of questions in our mind. As Sean said, we have had discussions on AI many, many times, and we are all fascinated, curious, and excited about the opportunities of AI. But at the same time, we are equally concerned about the consequences. The other day, I saw a report on BBC TV where 6 Nobel laureates were talking about AI. All had their own version of where it is headed, what is right, what is wrong. But overall message was that we are really into unknown territory. What future will bring is not quite clear, because whenever a technology like this takes charge or moves forward, bad elements begin to intervene, control, and start using it for their own power and profits. We have seen to some extent what has happened to social media. It was not supposed to be what it is, but it has become a weapon in election, in harassing people, in promoting lies, promoting hate, manipulating things. So when AI was, or is, as AI is evolving, there are many questions in the minds of people. Questions relate to not only applications, but how AI is evolved. How do you use existing information? Is it legal? Is it illegal? How do you take an article somebody has written and differentiate between reading and dissecting and using that data to monetize? So there are all kinds of questions: legal, ethical, social, political, economic. And I think we don't know enough about the overall implications and agenda. Suchir was one of the early pioneers in this field. At very young age, he got an opportunity to work on something unique. And I'm told that he was concerned about the way it is being sort of structured and information is harnessed. And I'm told that he wrote an article, or somebody wrote an article in New York Times or someplace, which sort of started this debate. And whatever happened, we don't have the details, at least as public. But finally, the result was that we all lost him. We would like to know from the parents a little bit about his childhood, his education, his work, his personality, his dreams, hopes, aspirations, and the loss. I know it's not going to be easy to talk about this, but the fact that they have the courage to come and share with us part of their version is admirable. It shows their generosity, and I'm thankful to them on behalf of all of us. I won't take much time. I would request them to tell us their version of the story. We are with you. Not that we can offer much, but as a community, we are proud of Suchir. We are proud of his work. And we want you to know that there are many in our community who stand with you and are available for whatever little help we can give you. You are not here alone in this pain. With this, may I request both of you, I know we don't want to show your faces because it may have some other implications, but the fact that you are going to share your voice is good enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Purnima, Balaji, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sam. Over to Purnima Rao, Balaji Ramamurthy, parents of Suchir Balaji. They are very bold past many weeks they have been fighting, seeking justice for Balaji, justice for Suchir. So let us hear from them, please, Balaji.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you for inviting us for the show, and we are grateful for that. And basically, we are trying to get the community support to amplify our efforts towards justice for Suchi, basically. So my wife joins in this Punima Ramarao. So she's also going to talk about it. Yeah, Punima.
Once again, thank you everyone for standing up in this. And it's been a shattering and life shaking experience for us. He being so smart, so kind, so brave. We cannot even imagine, like, whatever has been reported can never be true because of his boldness, his happy mood. There's something more to it, and that is what we are requesting to do more investigation. Bring us the truth out. We want to know. We deserve to know.
Mhm.
Sure, sure.
Can we talk a little bit about his childhood as you uh, can reflect on it?
Suchir was a gifted child. At 3 months, he spoke Amma and he used to address me as mother. And at
Mhm.
13 months, he knew all the alphabets. And
Hmm.
2 years, he started recognizing words. That's where we started. At the age of 7, like he showed, he was gifted. And at the age of 11, he started learning programming. We sent him to science camp for a week. Within 3 days, he mastered the course, and fourth and fifth day, he was teaching other high school students in the class. Then he
Hmm.
wrote a science paper in when he was 14. That science paper, science paper is about tuning the CPU of a computer and how to make it efficient. We couldn't even imagine VLSI design and chip design where he learned all that from. He seemed like a prodigy to me. Then at 15, he started practicing for computing Olympiad, and his 11th grade high school, he started teaching kids in a computing Olympiad, and he worked as a teacher. At, then in his 12th grade, he topped the national level as a national champion in computing Olympiad. He didn't turn back. Then he took a gap in for a year, worked for Cora as a software engineer.
Hmm.
They and rest, like everybody knows. Then he joined UC Berkeley, and at home he was practicing machine learning. When he was in high school, we were seeing him downloading some kind of data that was being processed. He was downloading the machine learning data from universities and practicing it. He had mastered machine learning when he was 18 on his own.
Is he a nerd, Purnima?
Yes, Punima, nerd.
He was a nerd.
Okay. So always kind of. Uh, but is he? If he is a nerd, does he socialize?
Oh yeah, he was actually a combination of introvert and extrovert. He had friends and he used to hang out with his friends in the weekends, but there were times when he used to stay home and read some books and do things on his own also.
Does he have? How big is his friend circle? So he hangs out with them a lot.
He had very close friends starting from his middle school. They were traveling every year for trips. Other than that, he also had college friends from UC Berkeley as well. His friends, very close friend circle, could be 10. But for his memorial service, we are having about 100 kids show up, 50 to 100 kids show up.
Yeah, he's a very friendly kid with his colleagues. And we recently received a tribute from OpenAI colleagues also. They sent an email about praising about him in he was a good onboarding guide who usually when the junior joins, he helps them make them comfortable, give them initial um, development environment setting and everything he was doing, and they felt very uh, attached to him. I can say they mentioned he's very patient, connected with telling his personal life outside the work. So they feel connected. So he's helped in that way, not only technical answering technical question to them, and also navigating the culture and what is the expectation. Those things he used to explain them. So he's a good onboarding um, buddy for them. So they mentioned about it, and also they use play games with them. So like Sudoku and puzzles, checks. So he was very helpful in that way. They mentioned
Was this the only job he had after he graduated?
he worked three more companies like
Okay.
Scale AI and Cora,
Mhm.
and he was teaching uh, kids for contests. So when he was in high school, he went to the mission college, and in the summer he was teaching how to
Right algorithm.
algorithms. He was training them. So his professor, one of the professor, he called and hired him for a summer camp trainer. So he was very active from the high school itself, and yeah, Purnima.
Yeah, we have seen the leadership skills in him, and people describe him to be very kind. Even Sam Altman wrote to us that what stands out about Suchir is his ethics and his kindness. He was extremely kind. Even the leasing office people say he's a very sweet person. I have talked to him. I know him for 4 years since he lived here.
Was he happy at work?
Initially he was, until they went to public, right? Until they started making profit out of it.
Uh-huh.
And he shared with me that this is an ethical issue many times. In
Hmm.
part, he was sharing that AI technology itself, he thought it will help humanity, and it's going against that, and he had his concerns.
Hmm.
I want to quickly quote John Schulman, one of the co-founder of OpenAI. I think which was shared by Balaji in LinkedIn.
Yes.
So where John Schulman, as a co-founder of OpenAI, he has mentioned Suchi joining his team at OpenAI after graduation. And
Hmm.
Suchi's first project was WebGPT, which is the earlier version of ChatGPT. How much of a crucial role Suchi played in that, and kind of the knowledge, and even a lot of public documents, people have commented about Suchir's role, how much of multiple different roles he played in the entire company, navigating through the entire journey of or the growth of the company itself. And even somebody called him as the Steve Jobs of ChatGPT. So but it's very very interesting. Such an intelligent kid had this kind of trouble. I want to hear more about his last tour. So just before this incident happened, he had celebrated his birthday with his friend. Is what we are reading in internet. So we want to hear more about that from you, Purnima.
The last birthday trip.
He went to LA, Catalina Island with four of his friends. All of these friends he knows them from high school and middle school, and they did the backpacking and hiking. 21st was his birthday. That was the day before he passed away. They celebrated his birthday in a restaurant, and we have the pictures of his extremely happy mood. He was upbeat. He had the best time of his life.
Hmm. But he was not a depressed type.
Oh, no, no, he was very happy. There is no, Suchir as a child, as an infant, never complained. He never cried. We don't know anything like sorrow in him. We've never seen it. And
Hmm.
also we have copies of his journal that he
Hmm.
used to write regularly, and
Mhm.
few of the chat messages that tells his emotional state was very, very happy.
And
Hmm.
did you get to speak? When did you get to speak to him at last? In case if you want to share. Um,
Yeah, that was me. I mean, on Friday, it is 22nd. Yeah, that way, around 7 o'clock. in the evening, I called him. Usually, I call once a week to check how he's doing. So that time it happened to be same time he was returning from the trip, that is Catalina trip, birthday trip, and he usually he take, I mean, three rings. Yeah, he took the phone and he said, "I'm just returning from the trip." And so I was asking, "How was the trip?" He said, "It's very good. We enjoy going around LA and Catalina." So, and he was with his friends. I was asking, with whom you went. He said, with my schoolmates, who usually go every year. And I asked one of the friend name, and he was in Seattle. He was with you, and yes, he was with me. He said, and so I said, yeah. How is the weather was good, because that day it was raining in San Francisco. I thought, um, was it raining there? He said, no, it was a good weather. It was not raining, he said. So you enjoyed the trip? Yeah, yeah, he said. So that way he was upbeat in his mood. He was not depressed anyway. And also I said, I'm going to send the gift for the that birthday. So we had a joint account, so I transferred some amount for him for his birthday. So he's, and also I told, we can go to Las Vegas this January, because the CES we I usually go. So I asked him whether we can join. He said, "Yeah, let's see. We'll think about it." He said, and also I asked, his um, like that time he was saying
He'll
have
get
to
dinner. He has to
dinner.
go to
Yeah,
get
he
dinner.
was able, I mean, usually he finishes the conversation, I need to go for dinner, or I have to go for gym, something like that, he says.
And then he
So
ends
that
the
is the, I know
conversation.
it is planning to go for dinner. So I I mean,
Actually, the leasing office, when the apartment leasing office people saw him coming back from LA, and they said his name is Corey. He said he saw Suchir with big bags, and he said he looked very happy. He asked him, "Where did you go?" And then he said he went to LA. In fact, when the police came to the apartment, they have seen CCTV. They have seen him coming back home at 7:30. He looked happy. He went inside the apartment on 22nd at 7:30, and he never opened the door after that.
But was there any foul play? Was there any,
Yes,
alcohol, drug,
yes, yes.
there is no
There is foul
I
play.
mean, we can't, I mean, I can say what we heard is totally different, but there is no drug. I mean, I didn't
Balaji,
get the question. Could you please
was
repeat
there
it?
a foul play is a question.
yeah,
There is a foul play. What more can it be? A happy
yeah,
young man who just
right,
came
right.
back from holiday trip, who had a strong career plan, and who had a lot of friends, who had a great life. Why would he take his life? It's never possible. Nobody believes this.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a foul play, and also the reason we believe there is a foul play is because he was expected to testify with New York Times, and he was listed as a witness, and the kind of information Suchir knew was crucial, and he was a big testimony that could turn the whole AI industry around about the copyright issues. His life was very precious for many in the industry, and they took it away. We openly say that.
I
Hmm.
think it is beyond copyright also. After the John's is Xbox boss statement, he's a
Hmm.
very crucial person in this team where the chat GPT was developed. And he's the almost like an architect,
Yes, he
because he
worked with
changed
chief
the
scientist.
how the chat GPT will be delivering the answers, because he's tuned up the engine and made it more go faster. So that made very crucial for OpenAI. So that way I feel his technical skills is exceptional, which any other company, if he goes, it will be very valuable for them, like Google or anything.
Mhm.
So that way,
Actually,
I feel is technology and things are can be I mean, very useful for the AI companies.
Sure.
So he has the very unique skills which made him, I mean, kind of very like he had a like
he
a
was like Steve
Coca-Cola
Jobs out
secret.
here.
You can say he had a secret. I mean, you can say that algorithm which he develops is very unique, that can speed up any large language models. So he's a very valuable in that way. He's like a precious who can any companies can observe him. That way he's valuable. If he goes out of OpenAI, anybody can use him to
Sure.
develop their own LLM, which can be a very better than OpenAI.
I want to add one more thing here. It was very surprising for me to see that after he left OpenAI, he said he wanted to take a long gap for a year. They could have pressurized him not to join any company, and he said he's not working on AI at all. He's working on some other technology related to healthcare. Why would that be unless they pressurized him? And I had seen anger about OpenAI in Suchir. Whenever I talk about it, he doesn't explain everything, but I had seen anger and frustration in him. They had probably pressurized him not to continue in AI itself. It's not just a speculation, it's the observation and the fact. Because he knew so much, he could not join anywhere. So his career, what Suchi tried to do then is he tried to start his own startup in machine learning and neurosciences, and we have seen blogs in his computer, future of doctor visit. So when there was a pressure, my son knew how to turn around. I had I've taught him not to give up in life. For example, when he wrote SAT, first time he didn't get the score. Then we retook the exam. Same thing in USACO. 11th grade, he didn't get the result. 12th grade, he topped the country. So this way, we know that Suchir never gives up. When they put him pressure not to work on AI, he found something better and he was championing it. That is who Suchir is.
What was the reason given for his death? Was it a heart attack? Anything?
I don't know. Since there may be some legal proceedings, Sam, I don't know. In case if they are open, let's talk. Or I want to, in fact, primarily ask about this particular angle, Purnima and Balaji. So you guys said world travel, Los Angeles, Hawaii. He has traveled to many countries, Japan, and hiking, etc. I want to hear more about his adventurous trips, hiking, etc. And also, I heard from you guys that he bought a bike just that week. Bike. And then, how come happy kid who bought a bike just that week to have more adventures, road trips, can go kind of end their life? It's not at all possible. It's not at all comprehensible. I want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, he had lined up a lot of interviews with the different networks, I mean, press and things. So after New York Times, he has given interview with the public broadcasting service, 45 minutes short one. And also he has,
On December 2nd, he had
yeah,
an interview with Associated Press.
press.
He had told Associated Press that he wants to take legal action against OpenAI and he will be testifying against them. This interview was supposed to go on December 2nd. On November 18th, as everyone knows, he was listed out by New York Times as a key witness. Out of 12 people, he was one, but nobody else was as vocal as him. Within a week, he's gone. We don't know what to say beyond this. We can just put the facts on the table, but we cannot pinpoint anyone or anything. But we know there is a foul play for sure.
I'm very curious why Associated Press, one of the largest media network of the globe, who provides kind of multiple news to multiple other news outlets. Associated Press, who was supposed to meet Suchi, and when they found that he's no more, and he was a whistleblower. He has already published something in partnership with the New York Times. How come they didn't go deep about it? So I'm very surprised why Associated Press as a media organization wants to know why a person who is supposed to give me an interview is not living anymore. They are not curious. I'm very feeling pathetic about this.
That
Anyway,
day,
yeah.
that time his news was not outbreaking. You know why? We wanted to do the groundwork before the news goes out. Once the news goes out, like there'll be, like things will tighten. So we wanted to do undercover, and this death news was not public at that point of time. What happened was like Suchir's phone was with us, and Balaji took the call because we want to know what's going on with his life, right? That's how we learned, and he was shocked that Suchir is no more.
So is it because of the investigations by San Francisco Police Department? You guys holded the news of the death to the world. If in case you guys want to respond, you can answer.
Yeah, like we knew this is a foul play from the very minute we learnt actually. I told the officer that he was a whistleblower. They didn't even want to listen to us. So, what we did was we kept it confidential. We hired an attorney and we started investigating further what's going on there. Not that we have any answers today, but we started the process right away. We did the second autopsy and we want to get to the bottom of it. What happened to him?
And autopsy results are,
We can't share it. It's confidential.
but you have it.
We have it.
Okay, that's good enough.
And Balaji, I heard from you during his high school days itself, he won a contest by U.S. government and maybe a reward amount of $100,000 types. So can you share more about how smart kid he was during even his high school days?
Yeah, even from middle school, I can say he participated Lego competition, which was a robotic one. His team came up technically fast, and what happened? The presentation they didn't do well. They told. Then he become second one, but he didn't get upset at all. We got upset because even technically they are. First, initially they announced, suddenly they changed because his team name was not good, like it is not technical one. So that was surprise for us. We felt it is kind of discriminative, but he felt it's okay, mom or dad. Dad. So he didn't get upset or anything. He said his teammates also he uh, consoled them. So that way he is very
Emotionally very
emotionally
intelligent.
stable, and he didn't get upset losing that. So that way he's very strong in his mindset. I don't that incident helped to
Understand him
understand
better.
his emotions better.
Is he a
And
bold
also
kid or a
this,
soft? Is
yeah,
he a bold kid or soft kid? You guys said he's into motorcycling, hiking, Patagonia, rock climbing, etc.
Yes.
So I want to hear more actually on that.
he's
Every
a very
three,
adventurous.
he's
Yeah.
very adventurous. Actually, Suchir and I did many adventure trips when he was in middle school. We went like what you call as like many adventurous activities. And in Patagonia, he went for backpacking in the mountains. We have pictures of it. Every 3 months, he was going on backpacking trip. He used to take a week off, and he had his own tour. He went to Japan for 2 weeks, and it was a very fantastic trip. He's like me. I'm also a traveler. I've traveled to Europe, and he was doing the same thing.
It's amazing to hear. So it's very sad that he's no more. But Balaji, while talking to me, you mentioned that even in his young days, while going on roller coaster, when you fear, he used to laugh and mock at you. So can you talk more on that?
Yeah. We used to go every year the LA Disney World, and we had this separate, I mean, section for roller coaster. It's a very, I mean, like a different, I mean, like drop from high places. Those things will be there. So we went very scary one. That
I was
one. I was a little bit, I mean, I can say I was screaming, but he was cool and kind of smiling. So he's very bold in that way, in that age itself. So that I observed is very courage. I mean,
Very
even
courageous.
whatever ups and downs of life, he doesn't care.
We did the zip lining. That was what I was about to say. We did the zip lining. I was little nervous, but Suchir was upbeat. In fact, like Suchir and I used to bring all his friends on roller coaster because they were scared. We used to encourage them. He had no sense of fear in him at all. He was very brave. He's taken all kind, even as a middle schooler or elementary schooler, he's done lot of adventurous trip with us.
I think these are the words I read in this interview with the New York Times. I thought that AI was a thing that could be used to solve unsolvable problems like curing diseases and stopping aging. I thought we could invent some kind of scientist that could help solve them, and it's phenomenal. Does he get to discuss about his work with you guys? I'm very amazed to hear you guys go for the CES together as a parent, Balaji. So can you tell that what are the things you guys do as a parent and son bonding, kind of doing something in tech? I see that you are also in technology world.
Yeah, actually, CES, we are planning to go next year. I mean, coming year only. Before that, he didn't come, but he was planning to do his PhD in, in the
Neuroscience.
neuroscience. So that way, I can say he's want to expertise in neuroscience and AI later on.
Not
So
AI. Machine learning and
yeah,
neuroscience.
that is AI only. So and also I can say other part of Suchir is how he was carrying. So as a, I mean, we went around different places with him, Yosemite. Once I can tell one incident. I was about to get into a river, which was looks like a shallow one, but Suchir knows it is very deep one. So when I just got inside, he pulled me out and say, "It is the current is very strong. Don't get it." So he was protecting parents that way also. Another incident I can say, we went to Hawaii 2018. His mom was crossing the street, and there is she didn't realize there is the walk path light, that was not on. She thought it is the on, like just was walking. There was very heavy traffic also on that. She didn't realize that by mistake. She was, because it is a tourist spot, everybody is looking around and walking. But he was alert. She said she pushed mom back and don't go there. It is light is not there, and so that way is very protective to parents. And the cops also said, listen to your son. He knows right. So he
In
is
India.
always protective to us also. Another recent one I can say, I had some health issue. When I was visiting him, he observed something. I was not well. Immediately, he put me on the weight scale. He checked my weight and say, "You have to go and see the doctor today." Immediately, he arranged the Uber, sent me from San Francisco, San Jose. So he was very caring. I mean, next week, also after that, he started calling. Did you go to the doctor? What he said. So he is very caring and attached to
Both the
parents.
parents. He was asking me a month ago, "Are you doing your colonoscopy?" Because my dad had colonoscopy, like colon cancer. He was following up with me also about my health and how I'm doing. He visited me on November 7th. We met on November 7th, and we went out for like that day. I wanted to, somehow it made me feel like I have to get him dinner. I don't want him to pay, but he refused. He paid for it. I said, I'll give you a ride back home to San Francisco. He said, No, mom, I'll take Uber and go. He didn't want to trouble us in any way.
He's a all American happy kid with some Indian roots by you guys. And I just want to, I think we are on the top of our, just wanted to,
Are you getting, just one question, are you
yeah.
getting the support you think you should be getting from the authorities?
Authorities, our attorneys dealing. I mean, we are not directly going and talking to
Sure.
them.
No, we need support in that area. Honestly, we need
Ah,
support in talking to authorities, and
okay.
we have not been getting any help. I have been calling the department, police department, medical office, examiners department. We don't have any support. We definitely need support from society,
Have you
support
have you
from
spoken to
authorities.
Ro Khanna?
We did write to him. Yes, we wrote.
Write to him or talk to him?
No, we don't have any answer. We don't have any support from anyone.
Okay.
Only one support we got from authority can say when we call the I mean
We didn't get any support.
one that I mean that the investigation team told you have to go to the. I mean, we are suspecting something. Uh, we don't know what to do. So what they told, go to your his apartment, collect his important things like laptop,
Uh-huh.
phone, collect and keep it to yourself. If you feel something happen,
Yeah.
which is abnormal, then we will. I mean, they made a cautious about this to do that so that nobody tampered that. So that way, one helps. I can say they
Is Ro Khanna your congressman?
Yeah, I wrote to him. I contacted him.
Okay.
But
What
you
about
know
your
what?
senator?
We wrote to Newsom also.
Okay.
Governor Newsom, we're not getting any support, and that is where we need the Indian community to
Okay.
come together. We want support from embassy because Balaji is an Indian citizen still. We want support from Indian consulate. We want support from as many people as possible to raise this up. We want to move from first thing is we want a medical examiner to reconsider his decision and move it to homicide, thorough investigation be done, go to FBI and protect the life of both of us. We seek protection. We want to go to FBI and not only open the case with FBI but also protect us.
Okay. Maybe we can later on talk about it. We can help you on that, for sure. Okay. We can try. Absolutely.
Nagendra Madhavaram from Facebook is saying, sudden passing of Suchir Balaji is a profound loss to the AI community, especially in the field of ethical practices in AI. May his soul rest in peace. So there are a lot of people passing their comments. So we have a good 250 users as we speak from multiple forums.
Why did you open up for a broader conversation for a while,
Sure.
Hassan?
Sure. No, I don't think maybe you and me can chat, Sam. I don't want they are yet to meet any media. This is the very first time they're coming out in public. So I thought I'll give them the space and the privacy, comfort, not to have public questions or
Sure.
etc. for now. So maybe we will discuss. But I just want to some kind of quote this research article Suchir wrote after he quit OpenAI on ethical grounds. So he wrote an article called When Does Generative AI Qualify for Fair Use? October 23rd, 2024, he has written. Very detailed, analytical, scientific one. I think this is the conclusion. Fair use. None of the four factors seem to weigh in favor of ChatGPT being a fair use of its training data. That being said, none of the arguments here are fundamentally specific to ChatGPT either, and similar arguments could be made for many generative AI products in a wide variety of domains. The crawling of data, what the company has done is, I think Suchir was also instrumental in building those crawling systems, and many of those systems went behind making of ChatGPT as ChatGPT today. So I think then later when whole this ethics conversations happened across the world, that's when I think he was also raising the questions internally, as well as he was part of the safety and ethics team. So there are a lot of things has happened behind the scene, and the parents are feeling that there is a foul play. I don't know what San Francisco Police Department, San Francisco City Mayor, and the governor of California is doing. So there is a top most intelligent kid of our Indian community is who has helped be part of the Silicon Valley momentum, and parents are wanting a very fair investigation. They don't know who exactly are behind this foul play, but they believe there is a foul play because he was a happy going, intelligent, smart, confident kid. They want a fair investigation into this. So will we get our answers? We don't know. So we need to stay put. And that looks like there is a lot of political interest, etc. Because the founder of OpenAI also had his other friends running for San Francisco City vice mayor, other roles. So that there are a lot of political games which may be involved here. So we need to take all that into account. We want to, in fact, we want to commit our entire Indian community strength with you, Purnima and Balaji, and we will stand behind you. There is a vigil organized by Suchir's friend, a lot of friends of Suchir, on next week Friday, 27th, Friday evening, 5 p.m. University of Silicon Andhra in Milipitas. So in case anybody wants to participate, just look at our Bharat Ki Awas channel. You will be able to get more information. But I just want to give one last opportunity to Sam Pitroda to say anything as a passing comment. Sam.
No, I'm very concerned about the justice to be done. I will do my best to make sure that we get some better response from Indian Embassy, from Congressman, Senator, and Governor. We as a community have the reach, and this is the time when community needs to support and show collective concern. We'll follow up as much as we can, but there is no substitute for the loss. It is a major traumatic experience that parents are going through. Whatever we can do to help them, we are all available. Industry will miss Suchir. His friends and family would miss him, but also the overall Indian community will miss him as well. I'm just looking at his picture, and I see in his eyes something very special. Okay. Deep thinking comes through his eyes loud and clear. And I think we lost a potential hero. 26 years is nothing. It's just the beginning of a career. And he had a path laid out for him. So all we can do as a community is show support to Purnima and Balaji. Reiterate the fact that they are not alone. We are all with them in this sorrow. And whatever we can do, just ask. We will try our best. It's our duty. It's our responsibility. And we'll try to do justice for Suchir. Thank you, Sean, for organizing. Thank you, Purnima and Balaji, for accepting our invitation to speak up. And we are available anytime. Feel free to call us. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sam. Balaji, Purnima, you guys want to say anything?
Yeah, thank you
for your support.
Hosting. And also, I feel he was kind of by Elon Musk of AI, I can say.
Steve Jobs of AI.
Somebody told it's Steve Jobs. AI, I feel it is Elon Musk of AI, because he is technically good and also innovative and vocal about his ideals. So that way I can compare him to the Elon Musk of AI.
Elon Musk certainly has a lot of interest in this space to make a lot of open source contributions. He was one of the first large investors went and supported OpenAI, becoming OpenAI. The name company OpenAI itself means that he wanted to open source it. And certainly he was not subscribed behind this company going private and not for profit, etc. I think Suchir and bunch of the colleagues working for OpenAI also was empathizing, and kind of even Sam Altman had a time out of the company because of the concerns expressed by their own board. The board of OpenAI have expressed concern, and the founder was let go. And there was a safety and ethics team assembled, and Suchir Balaji was part of the team. So there are a lot of things which is very very clear, obvious now. So, but still, the world need to see through this and connect the dots and stand with you both, and hopefully we will get the justice. And I again want to quote Mahatma Gandhi. I think he had not many people, not many resources with him at the time when he fought British. So British had almost all the resources they had. They have been governing India on an illegal manner for many decades. So they had all the resources, but still he, as a man with just a dhoti and just a stick in hand, he walked across the country and fought just satyagraha, pursuit of truth. I think I'm seeing the similar journey what you guys are doing. You guys are trying to pursue the truth for which Suchi fought, and the truth for which you guys are also continuing to fight for. So hopefully you will get justice. We are standing with you for justice for Suchir. Thanks a lot, Purnima and Balaji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Sam. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.